Red Room. So Mr. Beaker is back. As you see, his hair is kind of crazy. I think it's a little wind blown. But he came back to sit with me while I read a couple of weather books. So speaking of the weather, if Miss Nancy wasn't going to be a teacher when I was little, I wanted to grow up and be a meteorologist. So does anybody know what a meteorologist is? Well, a meteorologist is somebody who studies the weather and studies the climate. So when we talk about weather, there's lots of weather words I think of, and here are a few of them. So if you look up here, I'm gonna put Mr. Beaker down, you can see that when we think of weather words, we think of clouds, right? The clouds. We think of sun. We think of wind. We think of the thermometer because we want to know how hot or how cold it is outside. We think of partly cloudy. We think of rain clouds. We think of raindrops. And we think of a rainbow when we see a rainbow after it rains. We also might think of storm clouds and thunderstorms and lightning. And we also think about snow clouds and snowflakes, which we don't really see much here, and snowballs and petals. But those are all weather words that we think of when we talk about the weather. And so, you know, when Mr. Beaker was with me earlier, we did that science experiment with the rain cloud in a jar. And so we got to see how the rain came through the cloud, the shaving cream, and kind of sprinkled down, drizzled down, or even a heavy rain pour. So I have 3 books here, Wind, Rain, and Clouds. And I thought I would read the cloud book first. So here we go. And so here it is. The title of this is called Clouds. So let's talk and learn a little bit about clouds. So it says, can you make a cloud? Can you make a cloud? Breathe out on a cold day. See your breath? You have just made a cloud. Look at that. Can you walk in a cloud? Do you know that fog is a cloud stretched all along the ground? Have you ever walked in fog? Have you ever come to school to see Miss Suzanne and Miss Nancy and it was foggy and you walked through the cloud in the morning to get to school to see us? There are 3 kinds of clouds. We have a cirrus, that means curl. Curl clouds are wisps high in the sky. So just like you see in this picture here, these are the wisps of clouds. They're the cirrus clouds. We also have clouds that are called stratus clouds, all right? And that means layered or spread out. And fog is a layered cloud, so it is a stratus cloud. A layered cloud may cover your entire state. Did you guys know that? That it may cover your entire state? Imagine covering the whole entire state of Texas. Layered clouds can be thick and gray, and they may bring rain or snow. Now, a cumulus, that means a heap or pile. Heap clouds can grow tall and dark. And these are the type of clouds that bring thunderstorms. So when you guys come to school and you talk to us about hearing the loud thunder or seeing the lightning, these are made with the cumulus clouds. The next time we get ready to have some rain, go out and look up in the sky and see and look at the clouds and see if you can figure out if they're cumulus or cirrus or stratus. Clouds are made of water vapor or ice crystals. Clouds keep us cooler in the day and they give us shade. So here in Texas, when it gets really hot in the summer, those clouds are really, really nice in June, July, and August. And they help give us shade. So it doesn't make it too hot outside, right? Clouds can keep us warmer at night. They make a blanket to hold Earth's heat in. Clouds bring us rain or snow, and they send our water back to us. Look at that. We didn't end up with any snow this year, or not very much. The water in the clouds once bathed dinosaurs. Woo, look at those dinosaurs. Now it bathes us. Look at that. When it rains, we get all wet. Look at that. He's got an umbrella too to help keep that rain away. Okay, so did you know, we're going to talk about some facts about clouds. That water vapor droplets are so small that you would need a microscope to see one. It would take 7 billion water vapor droplets to make 1 tablespoon of water. And even a small cloud can be as heavy as 10 large elephants. Wow. And if a cloud is made of water, you can see its edges. And if a cloud is made of ice, the edges fade into the blue sky. So there is a fun book on clouds. So now that we've read about clouds, let's move to wind. So now I have another book in this series, and this is called Wind. It says, the earth we live on is a spinning ball. When the earth spins, the air around it moves too. When air moves, we call it wind. As the sun heats the air grows lighter. Light air rises, cool air is heavy, and it falls. Cool air and warm air are always trading places. We call this movement wind. Birds use wind to help them fly. Did you know that? That's how the birds fly in the sky, is with the help of wind. So it is important to have wind. And plants use wind to carry their seeds. So on that windy day, there are a whole bunch of seeds being blown all around and being planted somewhere else. We use wind to fly kites, to sail boats, and to turn windmills. Wind moves clouds. Wind makes waves, and it even makes trees bend sometimes if the wind is blowing really, really hard and really strong. When the hot air is very light and the cold air is very heavy, wind can blow up a storm. Sometimes wind spins like a puppy chasing its tail. A small spin makes a dust devil or a water spout here in the desert. A strong spin makes a tornado or a hurricane. Wind can sometimes be scary. I know you guys have talked a lot about the wind whenever we've had some thunderstorms around here, and you've talked about how you go into your hiding place in your house and you sit there and read books and play games with your moms and dads, but you stay really safe and away from windows. But the great thing about wind too is it also can sing a gentle song, and it can be very gentle, and that's what wind is fun to fly our kites in, and to plant seeds, and to help birds fly. So wind is very important. Wind is all around us, but we cannot see it. We can only see what wind does or feel it, right? If you're outside on a windy day, your hair, for example, Mr. Beaker, I think his hair was on a windy day and it has been blown all around. And that is wind. All right, our next book to read is Rain. Rain. And whenever I see the word rain, I always think of a song, and I bet you guys know what song that is, and you can sing it with me. How about, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, went to bed, bumped his head, couldn't get up in the morning. I always think of that song when I see the word rain. So this is the book about rain. Let's find out about rain. The day is hot. The sun shines bright, the flowers wilt, and the grass goes limp. Even the birds are still, and then a gray cloud covers the sun. What's coming when you see clouds? The rain. The cloud is made of tiny drops of water. The drops grow larger and larger. They bump into one another. They grow so heavy that they fall. And it produces rain. Yay for rain. The flowers drink, the grass drinks. The birds drink. The world is fresh and clean again with the rain. The sun comes out again, bright and hot. It shines and shines and shines until, what do you think is going to happen? Where did the petal go? It went into the air. Into the sky, into that cloud up there. Look at that. And then the tiny drops of water gather into clouds again. The drops grow heavier and heavier until, what's gonna happen? Rain falls once more. And there's the rain. Yay! And the whole world smiles. All right, so here are a couple of facts about rain. Are you ready? It takes millions of cloud droplets to form one raindrop. Can you believe that? Raindrops are different shapes and sizes. Small ones are like balls, and bigger ones flatten on the bottom as they fall, so their sides bulge out. So that is pretty cool. All right, thank you for spending this time reading the 3 books with me about rain, wind, and clouds, and I hope you have a good day. We'll see you next time. Bye.